Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the Cat Lady Podcast. This is episode 53. It is May 5th, 2016, and I gotta remember to look at the camera and not at the screen. So, welcome back. If you are a new viewer, welcome. Thanks for checking me out. If you are a returning viewer, of course, always thank you for coming back and chatting with me. I haven't been as crafty lately, as far as I just haven't had the time to do everything, but I'm going to continue to sit down every week and have a little chat with you and just talk about what I have been doing, because I like doing this. It's fun for me. It's certainly not, I'm not profiting or benefiting from it at all. I'll just, besides making really good friendships, so I'll take that as a very good profit, actually. But anyways, episode 53, and what was I going to say? Oh, you can find me on, let me get my book. You can find me on Ravelry as the Cat Lady, 2 T's, C-A-T-T, it's craft all the things, the Cat Lady, and Facebook, Instagram, and that's pretty much it. So, and the blog is thecatlady.blogspot.com, and I have been pretty good at updating it almost daily, Monday through Friday. I've been slacking a little bit this week. I've been slacking on a lot of things, and I'll go into that a little bit later, but I'm not feeling the best. As of the last few weeks, I've just been feeling kind of funky is how I've really been describing it. So again, we'll talk about that in our health and wellness segment. So other segments this week, it's going to be podcast news, knitting, spinning, my lovely Millie here, my wheel, that I've finally been able to use again. And let's see, so we have, so sorry I'm a little bit all over the place because I'm just feeling off, so. Podcast news, knitting, spinning, tiny bit of stash that I totally forgot about last week, so I'm just going to throw that in there this week. Health and wellness, and my weekend review. So we'll go right into podcast news. No new introductions this week. If you'd like to come and say hi to me, there's an introduction thread in the Ravelry group, so come on and say hi, and I will say hi to you on the podcast. Podiversary giveaway, I'm still looking for Yarn Taxi Driver, Pussycat 52, Raven Knits 383 to claim their prizes. I will give you until the week of May 16th, and I will redraw for those winners. The other winners have been in contact, and I'm hoping to get prizes mailed out maybe next week. I like to try to, add a little few extra things in there, so I'm kind of trying to make a decent little package, not just shove your prize in a bag and send it on its way. So give me a little bit more time. There is also the Happy Little Die Pot giveaway going on. Again, I will keep that open for 2 more weeks, so I will draw for that on the week of May 16th. And new, as of today, I was contacted by Deb from the Never Cast Off podcast. She is also a designer, and she just released her latest pattern, the Fireplace Embers shawl. Put a picture of it right here. And she donated a copy to give away to the podcast, so I will start a thread for that. And she also has a discount code, 30% off her patterns through June 30th, which is CATT30, C-A-T-T 30. So thank you so much, Deb. That was super nice. And if you haven't checked out their podcast, it's the Never Cast Off podcast. They're also fellow Michiganders, so that's pretty cool. I like that, and hopefully I'll be able to meet up with them sometime. And they are doing a knit along for the Fireplace Ember shawl in their group through June 30th. So if you purchase that shawl or you win that shawl, be sure to head over to their podcast to win some prizes for their knit along. And I'm actually going to try to participate in that knit along as well, because she gifted me a pattern so graciously. So stay tuned for that. And lastly, Warrior Camp. Check out our new Ravelry group we started for Warrior Camp. It's a fitness/craft related along. So any sort of craft and any sort of fitness goals, you'll set a craft goal for like weekly and a fitness goal weekly. So for example, you'd like to walk a mile a day for that first week, and then you'd like to learn how to crochet. At the end of the week, it's kind of honor system. You tell us if you've met your fitness goal, and you tell us if you've met your craft goal, and that gets you points for prizes. And again, we're still working on a lot of details. It's me, Laura Claire from the Desert Knits podcast, and Ren from the Strong Girl Knits podcast. We all still need to chat and figure out firm details, so stay tuned for that. But head over to the Warrior Camp group and let me know if you're interested, And if you have any prizes you want to donate for that, we're looking for prizes as well, fitness related and craft related, so check that out. That's it for podcast news. I'm just going to whip through this. So, on to knitting. I pulled out my blanket for like 2 seconds. So, I have a blanket square. And this is the generic Mitered Squares blanket by Sue and Kendall. I'm using a US 1.5. And let's see where that is. And it is a lovely bright red. So I think if I hold it by my face, it'll try to focus on it. If not, I'm sorry. So there it is. This is an unknown. I got it from Sue and Lynn from the Two Tangled Skeins podcast, which they got a bunch of minis from one of their listeners or viewers. So that was just kind of the extras they spread around. So that's all I got from my square. Next, I'm working on my May socks, which is in my Star Wars bag from the Strong Girl Knits. If I give it a minute, it'll focus. And she is a girl with the rabbit, a girl with the rabbit on Etsy. So, and she has been, I think, working on updating her shop. So stay tuned to her shop. But here are my vanilla socks for May. I'm trying to make a pair of socks a month, and so far I've been doing pretty good. And so this is what I got so far, and these are on tied double zeros, carbons. I felt like I'm making my other socks on the zeros, the carbon zeros, and I felt like the gauge was looser. It just felt looser, and I guess I didn't really measure it, and I measured this one, and I don't know. This seems about right for my typical zeros, but I'm doing the same stitch count. I'm doing 64 stitches, which I typically do on a zero, which I did 64 on the other. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just really just flying by the seat of my pants when it comes to these socks, but there they are. Give it a second to focus. Are you gonna focus? I don't know. Okay, so anyways. And then I'm actually just starting this bright pink section. This is kind of a weird color. This is the Neon Now and the yellow mix. Yes, I think so. It doesn't really have, I think it just has a color number, but color 005, but it's got this pink blue section that just kind of like chunks up in there. It's very weird. It doesn't like, it goes like green, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, green, green, and then all of a sudden it goes pink, blue, and then back into this green, yellow. It's very strange. When I looked up on Ravelry, it was a very odd color scheme, but whatever. They're bright and neon and fun. And this is an impromptu, informal knit-along. So if you have neon yarn and you're making some neon, actually I guess if you just have neon yarn that you're using, you can join in. It's the hashtag neonnowKAL. KAL. And me and Kim from the Crafty Nomad podcast are knitting our Neon Now socks together. She's got the same exact yarn, so I messaged her. I'm like, hey, I have that yarn. When are you working on it? Maybe we can do it together. So we're both working on that. Again, those are vanilla socks, double zeros, toe up. I'll do a fish lips kiss heel like I usually do, and just make it a standard sock. I was looking at maybe doing a pattern with it, but I don't know. I just kind of want to get them done quick, since I want them done for May, so. And I did, so for my other socks, my Time Traveler socks, I haven't worked on those yet, but I did order, because I mentioned last time, I'm going to do a contrast heel. So I ordered a D-stash off Ravelry. It's the Lion Brand Sock Ease in the green or apple green, I don't know, it's kind of an olivey green. So that's on its way to me soon, and I'll use that for my heels, because I'm ready for the heel on the one sock. And I could start working on the toe of or I have the toe for the other sock. I could work up till the heel on the other sock, but again, those are kind of my long-term, just kind of work on those when I can, because my goal of getting a sock done, a pair of socks done every month is kind of my main goal first. So every month, get my socks done, then I can work on other stuff. So that's it for knitting. So on to spinning. I'm very excited. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I posted a black and white picture of the yarn that I'm spinning, that I finished. And so now you get to see, this is the Fiber Optic yarns. It is a merino silk blend, and I got it from Rhinebeck. It was a present from the Uncreative Crafter, Jen, for my birthday, which I started it right when I got home from Rhinebeck in October of 2015. So here we are in May 2016, and it's finally done. But it's beautiful. So it's the Steampunk colorway. Come on, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. And actually this side's better. You get more of the colors in there. So it's got gray, orange, brown, and black. And it's about, I haven't done an official test on it, but I'd say it's between a fingering and a sport, depending on where you are. And well, some of it looks like worsted. It's a very eclectic size. I tried to be consistent as I could, but you know, to be honest, I had a little bit of troubles with this. It was a bit felty in spots, which was a little disappointing because it is a quality, popular company, and it was not cheap. So I was constantly stopping and picking out chunks of the bits, and then at one point I just gave up and just spun with the bits in there, and so I had trouble, like, you know, when I'm drafting it out, it's getting stuck because it was like felty. But at the end of the day, it's beautiful. I chain plied it to keep the color repeats. So let's see, get a good here's a good representation here of most of the colors there. Well, no. Can't hold it all out. Sort of. So, if it would focus on that and not me. There we go. Anyways, there's a picture on my Ravelry page, and I'll be taking more pictures of this and adding that too. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm going to definitely make a shawl. This is definitely going to be a shawl. If you have any suggestions for gradient shawls, I'd love to hear it. It's about 418-ish yards, if I counted right. So safe to say it's about 400 yards. And it's it was a little over 4 ounces, like 4.5 to 5 ounces. So I wouldn't say it's not quite fingering. It's a little heavier. It's probably sport. An average sport. But I can never get it back the way it was. Good enough for now. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. And so then I decided to start my next spinning project. If you, again, follow me on Instagram, that's where I'm most active, is Instagram. I drew from a cup my next, did I? And it's over there, so I'm going to have to go get it, so I will be right back. Okay, so we're back. So on my spinning whip, I drew from a cup, and I drew the Fiber Addiction braid that I had purchased from the, come on, you can do it. There you go. You're trying. Yeah, I gotta Google how to make this focus better. Anyways, Fiber Addiction from Michigan Fiber Fest. Colorway is Meat Virginia. It is a superwash merino and Angelina blend. And here is what that goodness looks like. So it's very sparkly. It's got some kind of tie-dye-y. It's got gray and hot pink and neon green. And a lot of this teal is what I'm working on right now. So right now what I'm spinning looks primarily teal. So let's see if I can show you some of this puff out. So there's my little pre-drafted poof that's on the wheel right now. And I'll pop in a picture of what it looks like spun up. And I'm going to just 2-ply it, probably from a center pole ball. So it'll be just a fun, eclectic, sparkly, grayish, pinkish, tealish It's coming out pretty thin, so I'm aiming for another, seems to be sport, heavy fingering sport seems to be my happy spot, so I'm sure that's what it'll be. Someday I will get more adventurous and try to spin thinner, thicker, but for now, you know, I'm just going with what's comfortable. And that's all for spinning. So on to stash. So my stash that I forgot, I won a pattern credit from the TV Nerd Knits podcast. And it was from her stash. Was it the stash bust? From the chatter group, I think? Maybe. I don't remember anymore. But I won something. I won a pattern. I got to pick out a pattern. So I picked the Yowza Way It shawl, the original, by Susan B. Anderson. So here is the picture of that. And I like the fact that you just kind of base it off what yarn you have. But now looking at everyone's shawl, the decent sized shawl is taking like 500 plus yards. So, which is fine, but I don't, you know, it's like, I'm usually a one skein gal, so I don't know if I'm gonna like the way it looks in one skein. Maybe if I just up the needle size and make it a little flowier. So, but I'm excited to try one out because I've always wanted to try one of those weight shawls that you kind of just base on how much yarn you have. And that's it for stash. No, nothing good this week. Well, that's good, but you know, that was last week's stash really. So, health and wellness. Boy, so I put my notes here. I'm on the roller coaster again. My eating has been kind of up and down. Like I'll have good days and then we'll go out or something, and that always is not as good. I mean, I try. We went out to Rainforest Cafe last night. I got a Caesar salad, which again, chicken Caesar salad. So I had my chicken, which was my protein. I didn't eat any of the croutons, but of course it's slathered in Caesar dressing. I should have got the dressing on the side. Kind of forgot about that. Because I'm sure, yeah, I know Caesar dressing isn't really healthy, so. And of course we got like an appetizer platter, which is a whole bunch of fried stuff, but. And we got volcano for dessert, which is a big brownie with ice cream. So again, yes, but there was a reason for it, so we'll talk about that in my week in review. But my weight is just not, it's just been up a pound or two, down a pound or two, up a pound. It's like I'm plateaued. I'm completely plateaued since early April is when I last registered my weight on my FitnessPal as being at the lowest it was. Nothing, stuck. And at that point, I was working out practically daily. I'm still eating better than I was. I mean, I've literally been working out for at least, that's my cat, 2 solid months, nothing. And I've been eating better, calorie counting or not. I'm stuck. I stopped taking my vitamins for a few days thinking, because you know, I started taking probiotics and then I was feeling funky with those, and maybe it wasn't those though. So I stopped taking my vitamins for a couple days and that didn't do anything. So I'm starting to take those again, and more just thinking and Googling and whatever, I'm thinking I might have an iron deficiency. After reading a bunch of the symptoms, fatigue, lightheadedness, being foggy, and that's my biggest thing. I'm like lightheaded, like a lot, like not a normal amount. And I mentioned heart palpitations, which I do have at night sometimes. And I actually had gone to the doctor last year or the year before, wore a heart monitor, did that whole spiel, because I just felt like my heart was beating awkwardly. Heart monitor came back, they didn't show anything. I even had a heart ultrasound, everything. What? Okay. Just put it on the stairs.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
In the morning, I will play with it.
Okay. Anyways, that was David. He found a car in his room and we were cleaning up his car this morning. So back to that. So I've had a history of issues. I've worn a heart monitor throughout both pregnancies and then again like a year or two ago. So maybe it's related. Maybe I've been dealing with this in some level for a long time and just haven't really known. The causes, that when I looked up a list of causes, are heavy menstrual flow, which that's me, especially ever since I've had the babies. It's been really bad. Like increased exercise apparently is a potential, you know, something to do with exercising, and I don't know, I don't know. I didn't really read much into it, but I saw that. I'm like, eating, maybe because I've been eating differently. I've been staying away from any, I mean, I never really ate a lot of boxed stuff to begin with, stuff that's like fortified with iron. But maybe it's enough that it's now dipped low enough to really be noticeable. I bought an iron supplement yesterday, and I did set up a doctor's appointment today. So I have a doctor's appointment next Thursday, and I requested an iron test, blood test for iron. So hopefully they don't give me a hard time with that. If not, I'll be searching out another doctor. And actually, my friend's friend is going through something similar apparently, and went and saw a naturopath type doctor who did a whole vitamin panel, which I would love to do, but I know insurance probably wouldn't cover that, so it's $200. So if I don't get anywhere with my general doctor, then maybe I'll try to go through this get the whole vitamin panel, because I would love to see, if I'm deficient in any other vitamins, you know, because I bought a multivitamin the other day too, because I've kind of been taking more specific vitamins that I thought, because I never really noticed any difference with the multivitamin. So, and I never really liked swallowing them because they're just disgusting and huge and gross. But I found some ones that are chewables, and it's the Alive ones that have like fruits and vegetables in it too. So, I started taking those yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I started taking the iron yesterday. Of course, I'm not noticing anything different. And again, if I have an actual deficiency, then I probably need a larger dose, and I'm not going to start messing with that until I see the doctor, because you could make yourself sick. So yeah, so it's kind of a bummer. I'm just, like, I haven't worked out. I worked out Tuesday, and actually I worked out, I think both Monday and Tuesday. I told myself, okay, I'm going to work out, but if I feel crummy, I'm going to stop. And I made it through both workouts. Yeah, Tuesdays was definitely, I could not exert the energy I normally do. My calories burned, according to my fitness watch, were definitely down. So I haven't decided if I'm going to work out today. I might try later. I didn't yesterday because I was tired. Went to bed at like 9:30 yesterday, and like that hasn't happened to me in a while. This is how, I mean, I was feeling this crummy when I wasn't working out, and when last winter and stuff. I was feeling really crummy. I'm taking naps during the day and going to bed at 9. So after I started working out and eating a little better, I started to feel better, and now I'm kind of back into this slump again. So something's going on, because I'm trying to take more care of myself and eat better foods and work out, and I shouldn't be feeling like crap. So if anyone is familiar with anemia, please send me a message, let me know, give me any tips, tricks, whatever. So, and I'll keep you posted next week after my doctor's appointment, or maybe in 2 weeks. In other health and wellness, I found a beginner yoga video online, so I might try to do a little yoga here and there. If you follow my blog, I posted on my Try It Tuesday I think I posted it yesterday, but my Try It Tuesday was I'd like to try yoga. My grandma actually just started a yoga class. She called and said she was taking like yoga for arthritic people or something. I don't know. So yoga for people with arthritis. So very gentle old people yoga. So that's cool. I think it's exciting. I think that's great for her. So I'm like, I need to find a video. And I found a 20-minute workout, real simple, really beginner, more of just a relaxation yoga. So it was very gentle stretches. Looked like something I can easily do, because I can do my fair share, being that I've been working out for a while. So I'll probably have to find a little bit more advanced soon, or not really advanced, but maybe advanced beginner. But let me start with this. So I'll try that this weekend and see how that goes. Feeling crummy makes me eat crummy, so I know that's been hard, but I did find a good recipe that I will share on Monday for some paleo style brownie bites. They were super easy to make, and they were really good. So I'm not giving up. I'm not giving in. Just gonna have to roll with what's going on. Again, I'm gonna try to push myself to work out tonight. And because when I work out, Jim works out too, so I want him to work out So maybe I'll either do a shorter one, maybe I'll just do one circuit, or I'll just see how I'm feeling. Because as of when I went and worked out on Tuesday, I was actually feeling okay. Didn't feel so bad, but I knew my energy levels weren't there. And last but not least, week in review. So all in all, it's not been a fabulous week, but it's gone by pretty fast. Last we talked was Friday, so last weekend, what did we do? Me and Emily had our first karate class together. I would have liked to get a picture, but I didn't, so maybe this weekend we're gonna go do karate again. She loved having me there. We didn't really like do things together because, you know, she's yellow, I'm white, so we kind of separate. But as soon as hopefully, I was told I can probably test for my yellow belt at the end of the month, and actually it'll be the beginning of June because of Memorial Day. So yeah, then I can get my yellow belt, and then we can actually work out or be grouped together in the same thing. And she was even saying, you know, she'd push me to get my orange so that I could really help Emily, because the more I know, then I can come home and show her. Because, you know, right now I'm like, okay, Emily, let's work on your whatever, and I have no idea how to do it. So I've been trying to help her. When it came to the yellow belt stuff, it was all pretty simple, and for me to catch on, even just watching the class. As far as now as the orange stuff, it's getting a little more complicated, so it's hard for me to follow along. So if I get my yellow and then can zoom through the next set of things, then I can really help her, because I want this to be something she sticks with. I like the fact that we can do it together, and I want to stick with it too. So the family classes are a little less intense, I guess you could say. They're a little more, because, you know, I was standing, when I was in my little group, I was next to an adult, but then we were also with two little kids. So when we're going over the moves, it's all very more aimed towards the little kids than it is the adults. And it turns out when I went on Tuesday, yeah, things are a little more intense and involved with the adults. So, you know, a simple move for Emily, like I'll give an example, the wrist grab. So the wrist grab, someone grabs your wrist, pull up, you block, and that's all Emily needs to know. For me, wrist grab, I pull up, I block, I elbow strike, and then bring him to the knee. So that's like it's a number one of self-defense line of things, and I need to know two of them, and I need to know two, they're called one steps. And yeah, but there's like 30 of them by the time you get to black belt, and you need to remember all of them. Maybe not 30. Well, yeah, there might be like 30. So, so I left on Tuesday, and she showed me these things, and by the time I got home, I couldn't remember. I'm like, oh my god, I don't remember any of them. But I'll get that on Tuesday. We're still on Saturday. But we went to Jimmy John's afterwards, and I had promised Emily if we went to karate together, we could go get ice cream. There's this ice cream place that we pass every time we go to karate, and all the time kids see it. Oh, the ice cream place is open. Well, yes, it's open every day. So I said, if you go to karate on Saturday, we'll go get ice cream. I said, I don't want to get ice cream without Daddy, you know, because I just want to make it a family thing. So we went and got Jimmy John's for lunch, and then we went to ice cream. And then what do we do the rest of the day? I don't think so. I don't think we did much. We just had a kind of chill day. Then Sunday, another odds and ends, ran some errands, took the kids to the park for 2 seconds, but it was cold. It was cold, and then it started to rain. So it did rain while we were there, but it was looking like it was going to rain. It started to rain when we got home. Monday, we registered Emily for faith formation. It's called at our church, which it's basically an express catechism. My husband's Catholic. I actually converted to Catholicism before we got married by choice. Just thought it would be nice for us to, share a similar belief system. But here's the deal. We're not really, and I don't talk about religion or politics on the podcast because it's just not really the place, but I'll just touch on this briefly. So we're very open-minded. We're not really firm in one belief system. We're, like I said, we're pretty open-minded. So, but at the same time, we want the kids to be exposed and learn about the religion. And so, we're going to send Emily through the faith formation, and we'll do, the first communion and all that stuff. But at the same time, we're going to be very open parents and have discussions about other religions, and, we'd like to share Judaism and other beliefs and there's other denominations, other than Catholics. So, and they all are different and they're all good in their own way. So, again, I wouldn't consider us strictly Catholic people, but I think we're doing the best we can for our kids. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Tuesday, I took David to the mall, took Emily to karate when she got home, and I went to karate on Tuesday night. So like I said, went through the motions, and she's like, okay, we're gonna go over the teacher's a woman, so we're gonna go over the steps again, and she's like, okay, Emily needs to know this, and you need to know this, and this, and this. I'm like, oh, okay then. So I get home, and I'm like, oh shoot, it all just was gone. It was just gone. So I spent 2 hours, an hour and a half before bed on the internet looking for videos on these darn moves. So the form that they use is called Tang Sudo. Well, apparently all karate martial arts are pretty much up to interpretation of how you teach it. There's no Tang Sudo, you do this and you do that. It's I'm trying to think of a good example. Okay, so when I'm looking at videos of the step 1 and whatever, some of them were just completely different. Others were okay, and someone grabs your arm. For us, we're told to pull up, push. So others were pull in, and don't even block, push. Just pull in or pull down or something else, pull down. So they were all different. And then they generally had the heel, the elbow, and kick. But then so one of the other ones, I was okay, I think what I've learned, and I'm gonna have to question this too. This is one of the other moves. They grab your wrist, you kick with the same leg. Well, the other video I watched, they're kicking with the other leg. I don't know, does it matter? I don't know. Obviously I'm gonna do it the way that my studio teaches. But trying to look for visual aids has been very tricky, but I did end up finding, so the place I go to is Pro Martial Arts, and it's a franchise. And they're all over this country. So I Googled Pro Martial Arts, and some of them actually have YouTube channels, so I found a handful of YouTube channels for these different Pro Martial Arts across the country. And some of them have all of them, all the steps and all the self-defenses, and they're all similar enough that I need to see it, and I can do it based on what I know from our studio. So thank goodness I spent all that time to find these videos. I spent the next morning then practicing. So I think I'm good for Saturday, even though I don't know how that's gonna go, but next Tuesday. Tuesday's the big day. Tuesday's the day that I get the more one-on-one, and I really learn the stuff. So Tuesday I'll be ready with my practicing, and I've been practicing a little bit every day because I don't really need to know a ton for the yellow belt, but those steps and stuff, they're definitely a little involved. So I am on track with karate. Yesterday, Wednesday, was Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. We didn't really do anything. We all wore our Star Wars shirts. I sent David to school. I should have got a picture of him. I sent him to school in his Darth Vader helmet. Well, Jim's Darth Vader helmet, so that was pretty funny. I was gonna record yesterday, but I was tired. I didn't have any notes. So yeah, I just ran around all morning, and then we went to the Rainforest Cafe last night for dinner. And that was to celebrate Emily's birthday. So they have family night on Wednesday, so the kids eat for cheaper. And they have Cha-Cha the Frog walking around, and they got balloons. They have face painting, but we didn't do that. And what else? That was it. And we gave the kids some. Now here's the weird thing. So we bought the kids presents pretty much as a group. So all the presents we got, they have to share. So we gave both the kids each a present last night to open, and we kept saying, okay, you have to share these, you have to share these. So of course they fought all over them the whole time, but that'll be fine. They were Paw Patrol stuff, and it's all Paw Patrol stuff. So, no, but first actually we went to the food court. Me and the kids got there early, and Jim met us after work. So we let the kids play in the food court. Emily made some friends. She always makes friends in the food court, the play area. It's really cute. So I'll put in pictures of everything. Got our dinner, had our volcano, which is a big chocolate ice cream with a big sparkler on top, so that's always fun. And that was it. So this weekend, Emily's going out with her, well, it's not the weekend, but tonight Emily's going out with her godmother for dinner. She's going to take her out for her birthday. So her birthday's on Saturday, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. So she's going out with her godmother tonight. Who's going to take her out to dinner and take her to the toy store to pick out her toys, so that's going to be fun. Friday, I thought, I got to talk to Jim about it, but we thought about going to this place called Brick It Up, and it's this little Lego building place. They have like an open play on Friday nights, and Emily, every time we pass there, we need to go there, so we might try that. Saturday is Star Wars Day at the library, which we did last year, which was a lot of fun. They have a bunch of crafts, and Jim's like, it's going to be the same crafts as last year. He still wants to go, but I'm just saying, it's probably going to be all the same crafts as last year. Yes, most likely. And now that I'm thinking about it, they did these cool, like, bleached t-shirts, and if you remember, I did my Star Wars bleached t-shirt, and I did a tutorial for it. I think they're doing that again, and they said all you need is a dark shirt, so I think I might need to find another dark shirt and do that again, because that was fun. Doing karate on Saturday, we'll probably go out to lunch, and then I'm making hot dogs for dinner, because that's her favorite food. So again, here goes the eating again. I don't know if either I make myself something else or I have a hot dog, I don't know. Then Sunday is Mother's Day, and we're going to my in-laws' house, and interesting, my mom and stepdad will be there too. So that'll be fun. The guys are in charge of everything, even though I helped Jim order the cake because he was in charge of desserts. So the guys are sort of in charge of everything. And that's it. So I apologize. I just don't feel very well, so I can tell this is going to be a short and odd episode. So happy Cinco de Mayo. This was the picture I had on my board this morning from my husband, and I texted him. I said, you need to just draw BB-8 pictures every day because they're hilarious. And if I shared it on Instagram yesterday, he did the BB-8 4 for the May 4th, so he's pretty good at the silly drawings every morning. So that's all I got. Check out my blog for pictures of the week, and keep posted for recipes and other tidbits. And today's Throwback Thursday, so I put pictures of Emily when she was a baby. So if you want to check those out. Again, thanks for tuning in and sticking with me. Sorry that it was kind of a bit today. Hopefully I get some answers for the next couple weeks about this weird feeling junk. And again, if you have any tips or tricks or advice, anything, feel free to send me a message. I will talk to you next time. Hope you get to craft all the things. Bye.